Nice mild morning for a run, and it's nothing like those cold race starts from a few weeks ago, so I'll take it. You know, I feel like I've done this before. Of course I have. It's Groundhog's Day. I'm taking a brief vision break from putting my videos together because my peripheral vision is fried. A brief break to talk about the recaps, some lessons learned from the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend, and more importantly, the Princess Half Marathon, which is quickly approaching. You'll want to stick around till the end of this video. I'll tell you about a meetup. A few days ago, Run Disney pushed out an email and said, hey, keep your eyes open. We're going to be sending you some stuff. Lo and behold, the virtual guide, waivers, bib numbers, course maps, corrals, they are all now out. And I'm struggling to catch up on the training plan. For those of you training for the Princess Half Marathon or the Fairy Tale Challenge, we're heading into week 16. It's a 14-mile week. I'm only at 7 miles in my extended recovery from the Dopey Challenge and the Walt Disney World Marathon. Plus, I'm trying to get my costumes together. I've got 2 of them, and they won't be nearly as elaborate as what I did in 2017 with Prince Hans. I've had to scale back just a bit because of some plans later in the year. I think they'll be just as fun. Hey, let me talk about that virtual guide. I'm not going to have the time to do a complete review video this time around, but I urge you to check it out before you head out to Walt Disney World for the race weekend. I'll put a link in the description box below. Disney does it better than any other race organization in terms of giving you everything you need to know. Dates, times, places, transportation, race etiquette. They even give you some bonus tips. So make sure you head over and check that out. And don't forget to print off your waiver, get your bib number, and check your corral placement. Now, I've done all of that. And for the 2nd year in a row, I am completely disappointed. And I'm scratching my head a bit because I actually submitted my best BOT to date for a Run Disney race. And for some reason, I'm no better off than where I was for the marathon, which was a much slower POT. I'm in the D corral instead of the C corral. And if you check out the time range in the little guide that they give, I should be in the C corral. Now, you know, it really does affect how you approach the race because the further up you are, maybe you'll stop and get a character picture, or you'll make the decision to keep running. The only thing I can figure is 2 things. First of all, hey, there are a lot of runners who are a lot faster than me. Secondly, Run Disney does gear this race along with the canceled Tinkerbell Half Marathon toward women. Just check out the numbers. 18,000 princesses last year, just 2,000 princes. They do like to put many more women in the first 3 corrals so that a princess actually does cross that finish line first. So I'll take it. I'm going to run with it, pun intended. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to get as much video as I can. Hey, speaking of running, I've got to lace up, head out on a training run, and I'll tell you about where I am on those race recaps. I really wanted to have the recap videos for Marathon Weekend done within a month of the races. And I feel like I'm behind. However, I'm on the same pace from the 2017 races. I am a bit picky though, and it's taking a long time to fix all of the problems with the video, the footage. So this falls into 2 categories. We're talking about technical issues with the camera and operator error. Now, as for the brand new Hero 6 Black, really crazy. In the middle of the 10K around mile 3, I turn to Heather J and I say, hey, listen, can you see what the battery's at? Do me a favor, what's the battery on that?
I am looking at, I can't tell, 20 something.
Is it 20?
Yeah.
Okay. She tells me, I figure I'm gonna change the battery. You can see in the footage right there between the 2 clips that I changed the battery. And that's when the camera reset to a really bizarre 2.7K, 4.3, 48 frames per second. And it totally messed up the video. Needed a lot of fixing. 2.5 miles. See you in a second. So you know, a lot of the wounds were self-inflicted because of my vision issues. I actually set the Pro Tune settings wrong on the camera. For those of you who know film speed, I mistakenly put the minimum ISO at 1600. Man, that introduces so much noise into the video, and it's really, really hard to fix. When you put the fixes on, it takes the processing time from, say, 15 minutes for one file to 6, 7, 8 hours.
Workout complete. You rock.
Who's that? Who's that? You haven't seen the coach in a while, have you? Spanky's been dealing with a serious ear infection for the past couple of months, and he hasn't been feeling well. Looks like he may have a small mass growing deep inside his ear canal, but I promised him that we're going to take care of it. I learned a few lessons from Marathon Weekend. Among them, expect the unexpected. No matter how much training I put in, how much I practice with the camera, the intensity of the weekend and the cold really threw me for a loop. And if you're doing videos like this, two things: always check your camera settings. I know I'm visually impaired, but I probably could have asked my running buddies to check more than just the battery level. And make sure you play back your video. If I would have done that after downloading after every race, I may have noticed the problems. Hey, take a look at this graphic. Laura Bowers made it for me. Coming up on Friday, February 23rd, from 3 to 4:30 p.m., a meetup on the Boardwalk near Ample Hills Creamery. You can meet Laura from Joyful Miles, Kimberly Estabrook, and myself. Just an informal hour and a half to chat about the races and take a few photos. Hey, in the meantime, we've got to keep training. I still have not hit that half marathon distance. I'm going to try to do that before Princess Weekend. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'm told the little bell, which will notify you when I upload a video, because coming up next time, hopefully, fingers crossed, the 25th anniversary Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend recap.